ABC's Zareen Shaw now joining me for more from our nation's Capitol Hill. Capitol here. A lot of big mouthful there. All right, Zareen, so many big moments in this hearing. What were your key takeaways?
So many big moments. The key takeaway, I can say it in 4 words. This is not over. It's not over for the committee, and it's not over for Donald Trump. The committee says they plan to meet again in September, and Donald Trump again was relentless last night. But this is what the committee drew out during that hearing last night. For over 3 hours, they painted a picture of a president who was not taking any action. Not to the people at the Capitol. Instead, he was calling senators. He was trying to convince them to get on his side to help him overturn the election. And I also thought it was really stark. The video that we saw on January 7th, the 3-minute video of Donald Trump talking about how there was needed to be a seamless transfer of power. Well, we saw the outtakes last night. Now, the committee says those outtakes went on for almost an hour. So we learned a little bit on what was on the other 57 minutes that we never saw. And one of the things, you saw it in Rachel Scott's piece, I mean, it is really stark. He says, this election is over now. And then he looks at the camera and he says, I don't want to say that. You know, and another thing that I think really stood out, at the end of the day, the committee talks about how he looked at the staffer on January 6th. And instead of talking about anything that happened at the Capitol, instead of talking about the Capitol police officer who died, anything else that went on, he said, Mike Pence let me down.
And former White House counsel Pat Cipollone also appeared very uncomfortable, testifying that Trump didn't pick up the phone to call anyone who could have helped call off the violence, despite pressure from his closest advisors, even family members. And the committee established that it was Vice President Pence ordering military assets to secure the Capitol. This is significant as well.
So significant. I mean, Donald Trump was the commander-in-chief, and you saw that moment in Rachel Scott's piece. I mean, it was the silence that really stood out, right? Cipollone just couldn't say what it appeared what he wanted to say. I mean, it got a big reaction in the room last night, according to our reporter there. I mean, Cipollone said the words, I can't think of anybody who did not want people to get out of the Capitol, especially when the violence started. And then the committee asked him, what about the president? And he fumbled it. You know, he looked at his lawyer. They had a conversation to the side. It was assumed that he couldn't say what he wanted to say because of, you know, client-attorney privilege with Donald Trump. And then he started saying, obviously, you know, and he did not finish his sentence. I mean, this was a president who was in his dining room as everything was unfolding, while others were trying to convince him to take action.
So what's next for the committee's investigation? More hearings come the fall?
So Chairman Thompson says that they're going to meet again in September. He said last week they were going to release an interim report. It's assumed that a lot of those hearings will perhaps revolve around that report. Kira.
All right. Zareen Shaw. Thanks so much, Zareen.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.